Thanks very much. That's just the kind of reception I get when I go into the executive to talk about the budget. It's good to see you're all in good form anyhow, despite the fact that Conor Murphy tried to keep you away from here this morning. He didn't grit the roads, he didn't do anything, but you're still in good form. I don't know who's in charge of the electricity service. I think it's Arlene. What did I say? Anyhow, I suppose, you know, these days I feel like I'm painted as some kind of financial Jeremiah, always bringing bad news. And, you know, when I face some of the executive ministers about their budgets, I almost feel like, you know, the master in Oliver Twist, where they all come with their begging bowls. Please, sir, can we have more? Michael McGimpsey comes with a bucket, mind you. I think there's a hole in it as well. But anyhow, I thought today, because I'm an optimist in life, and I thought we need to be optimistic. So I thought I'd start off with telling you some good news. First of all, do you know that we've only got 119 days of Katrina Rowan as Education Minister left? Secondly, Gerry Adams is emigrating. And thirdly, Jim Allister has admitted that he really doesn't want to wreck anything. In fact, he wants to be a constructive person. And indeed, he tells us at his party conference that he's now getting people flocking towards his party. I must say, even if you did believe that, it'd be the first time in history that rats ever jumped onto a sinking ship rather than jumping off it. But he says he doesn't want to wreck, he wants to fix Stormont. And he's the new Mr. Fix-It, the Jimmy Savile of Ulster politics. Now, even if you could envisage Jim Allister with long white hair, white suit, big cigar, shirt open to the waist, medallion round his neck, even if you can envisage that, I can tell you he will never be the Mr. Fix-It. And that's what I want to talk about today. This party is the party which is the repairmen and the repairwomen of Ulster politics. When the problems have been there and people said they were not able to be fixed, we fixed it. We're an assembly which collapsed 3 times under David Trimble. We fixed it. We've had uninterrupted nearly 4 years of an assembly. We're an assembly in which you had in government people who were still supporting terrorism. We said that that was not acceptable, and we fixed it. With an assembly in which you had people who were making the laws while not supporting those who had to uphold the laws, we said we'd fix it, and we fixed it. With an assembly where and only this time last year, people said you will never get acceptable structures in place for the devolution of policing and justice. We fixed it. And we've got a big challenge ahead of us because there are things still which need to be fixed. We've got to face up to the challenge, as we've been talking about this morning, of how do we plot our way through a recession? How do we ensure that despite the hand which has been dealt with us from Westminster as far as public spending, how do we ensure that we get a budget, a workable budget, and a budget that can take us through this recession and build a platform for the future? Now, unfortunately, we're not going to have the benefit of the wisdom of Sinn Féin's economic guru, because he's gone away down south to fix the banks and the economy there, God help him. I hope that his solution for fixing the banks is a bit different from what it used to be.